OWCS Week 6 brought us the Korean Stage 1 playoffs, and even though it was only 6 matches, they were absolute bangers on all fronts. Also, as I'm recording this, I'm extremely close to 10k subs, so if you like this content, consider subscribing. And with that said, these are my best and worst plays of the week. Starting off with the biggest game, Team Falcons vs Whack, who are only pretending to have ass branding this whole time and are actually Crazy Raccoon. This game might have been a 4-2 Falcons win, but it was actually closer than you'd expect. I mean, the first round started with Stalker losing in alt charge to the point percentage. Bro was even moving like Bonnie, trying to hit the Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare on Shu, and he still got his ass slept. Shu ain't even looking in your direction and had to hit a 135-degree turn, yet he still isn't even below half. While Fielder's out here tapping into the 4th dimension to land sleep darts through time, Stalker is putting up Tony Snell numbers in the first round of grand finals. Sometimes rounds like these are so tragic, they can really stay with you through the rest of the series. Even Lip was still feeling for Bro multiple maps later and tried to make it up to him by committing whack on whack violence and taking Heesang out. He didn't even drop the package off at his home. He brought it straight to Heesang to ensure its timely arrival. If this Overwatch thing stops working out for Lip, UPS should poach him right away because you cannot let talent like this slip by. But other than that side hustle, Lip was 100% locked in and doing more for his team than that one Vancouver series does for Kariv's legacy. Throughout this tournament, Proper would consistently get picks while hitting 3-2-1 windows like he's Count Von Count, or hacking the enemy comms to land Pulse on Irony just before he has Nano. Lip, however, often decides to make all fight planning irrelevant and remove all counterplay as he just walks around and out mechanics the best players in the world. Last week, I had this same exact glaze session with Lip, and I must admit, I'm running out of tricks to do on it. But this week, he did it again, only better and with higher stakes. Even if you spin him around, put him in the trunk of a 2009 Honda Civic, and leave him out in the middle of the desert, he'd still find a way to get 4 kills with his OC. At this point, his KD rivals the Chainsaw Man Gun Devil, and he'd probably win that 1v1. You know the shit gets serious when he's not only hitting pulse bombs, but also phasing them out of existence entirely, or at least the ones that he can't show Heesang personally. But if you think this is insane glazing, you haven't seen nothing yet, because we need to talk about the man with so much aura, he ruins the feng shui of any building within a 2-mile radius. Becky. First, he pulls up on Alpha Yi, and after a warning shot, Bro is immediately spooked into ulting. So then, the goat turns to Violet, who bashes out of there faster than an Overwatch player when the group chat is leaked. But Finn is not familiar with Becky's game and gets instantly cooked with no remorse. As soon as Violet thinks a coast is clear, he tries to dip, but Becky leaves no witnesses and hits him with the fadeaway. The GOAT then comes back to help his team, takes down Bella's Rhea. I don't know who let him in this lobby, and comes back to finish what he started, sitting Alpha Yi on his ass and dropping the bag on him, letting him know who's boss. The only player Becky didn't violate in this fight is Flora, and that's because he knew he could not handle the smoke. You could tell from the gamer we're not pleased with the GOAT running their shit, but when Becky is feeling himself, just pack it up. There is nothing you can do. It is over, finished, washed. FTG started sending the whole team to peel for him, and it's like, good job, bro. You got him. But was it worth dropping the entire military budget? I mean, if you agree that he's the alpha threat, I suppose. But damn, it's like that. But if this wasn't enough evidence, I got something that closes this case for good. Do you know how crazy you need to be? How much raw aura you need to possess to make someone want to take a nuclear bomb over the 1v1 with you? Alpha Yi is instinctually more scared of Becky than a 100% guaranteed death, and he knew damn well what diva bombs do, because this was the 3rd time it got a kill in this same map. This first one, I do not know what FTG were doing. Flora is walking into the open after the bomb goes off. Faith even tried to push him into cover, but it was too late. He could not be helped. And Finn suffered from a lack of object permanence. Jasmine might have went up, but we don't know what happens next. Can we say with 100% certainty that he will come back down? The second bomb though is Cinema. Jasmine says fuck it, we remake, and does not care at all where this bomb ends up, but Iris is out for blood and puts the snooze on Violet before he even knew what hit him. Jasmine pieced up the entire roster except Bernard, and even if you want to credit the Alpha E kill to Becky's disproportionately massive aura, Jasmine ate not 1 but 2 pulse bombs, so I don't even care. But as soon as we talk about pulse eats, we have to bring up Hanbin. With the way he straight up munching on Heesang's pulse bombs, you'd think he's going on a bulk. If he shared even a little bit of this grub, world hunger would be solved. I do not understand how he always has just enough DM to get the job done. Like, what do you mean he flashed it for 1 moment and ate this pulse bomb? If I'm Heesang, I'm just unbinding ult. There's a better chance of Hanbin locking Winston for no reason than any of these hitting. If Hanbin is in the lobby, every pulse used is a direct donation to his pantry. I'd rather see him continue to go for this whack-ass airball than ult with Hanbin in the lobby ever again. But it wasn't just the diva. Hanbin had a great tournament in general. So good that we need to examine how he got so talented at kidnapping and what his demands are. He ran up the stairs, shoved Max off the side, probably breaking his ankle in the process, forced heaps of resources, then dropped and did it again, but this time forcing kills. However, none of these tank feats compare to the real good stuff, wrecking wheel gameplay. That's right, we got Belosria, Junbin, and Donghack all balling this weekend. Featuring all of your favorite ball hijinks, we got random movement tech, completely by accident environmental kills, being hunted down like an FBI most wanted criminal, and demonstrating what it truly means to sit back and observe. Perhaps even for 20% of the entire point. But no, the real tank goat was Bernard. He was pulling off some of the most disgusting flux cancels, eats, and general goat behavior the entire playoffs. And I'm not talking about this Orisa gameplay, although the 5k is kind of nice. I'm talking about Sigma. Starting off kind of light with a casual flick over the shield on the rise up. Nothing too crazy, but still a good cancel. But this next one is not safe for general viewing. Max dares to target Bernard as his next victim, and bro takes one glance out of the corner of his eye, does not even look up, and hits him with the meanest rock of all time. If my op isn't even looking at me and I'm getting rocked like this, I'm out. I'm serious. It's over. I am never coming back. You are never hearing from me again. But this isn't even the worst of it. Compared to Finale, Max wasn't even cooked. He was just wrapped in tinfoil on the sidewalk. And while this reaction 180 eat on the Blizzard is nice, you are not prepared for what's coming up. Lock in and peep game. So Finale tries to hide in his ice block like he's Aang running from his avatar duties, but Bernard ain't having none of that and lifts bro up anyway, perfectly timing the damage to come through. Now Finale is mad because he's been outplayed twice, so he decides it's time to stand on business and fight back. But unfortunately, he had no business to stand on, and not only did he get rocked and die, but Bernard still ate his Blizzard up. Even the game could not believe this and started glitching out. With all these impressive tank performances, we need to discuss the almost equally impressive misplays, like Junbin straight up jumping into the well. Looks like a pretty cut and dry Venmo transfer, but in an attempt to make it look less blatant, he gave Smurf 12% ult charge. Next, we have Hanbin trying to sneak around onto Chorong like he isn't in a 700-pound mech. But Shu catches him in the act, and even though his jump scare was successful, it came at a steep cost. But perhaps the worst display is Donghack getting slept 7 times by Fielder on Ilios. It's like Fielder is still babysitting bro and tucking him into bed at night. While everyone's focused on the Chio vs Donghack narrative, the real hatred lies in Fielder. I understand that holding sleep for the engage is correct, but this is too much. You'd think he'd eventually get bored and toss one out, but no. Fielder's sleeps are not rated E for everyone, they are D for Donghack only. I like this last sleep in particular because Proper was nice enough to hit the Tooth Fairy cosplay and hide a gift under his pillow, but Donghack didn't like it and quickly threw it off to Viper. Which leads us to the true tragedy of Yeti. They've grown into a fan favorite with hype young players who have improved as a team throughout OWCS. But as punishment for placing 4th in Korea, they were forced into a wild card round robin tournament with the 3rd seeds of the Japan and Pacific regions. Now they obviously beat them down like Batman pulling up on a Walmart shoplifter, but we learned a dark and disturbing truth about Viper. It turns out he is the most dishonorable and evil player in the entire esport. In a Torbhammer 1v1, the most sacred and pure form of Overwatch, when it came down to it, in the face of adversity and with his back against the wall, he brought out the rivet gun and gunned down his fellow competitor. And Donghack's in the back trying to be slick and subtly fuck up bro's spacing, but we see you, Donghack. That is fucked up, man. This is a mockery of the esport, and Yeti as a whole should face severe repercussions. Yeti had some very odd moments besides this. I don't know who drew up the rotations in the playbook, but they did not do it in a language anyone on this team understands. They got Donghack playing Portal 2 here, but when it really mattered, he could not take the TP back to his team. They're already down Irony first because he got stream sniped by Argon on May, and so Viper wants to go back to the crew. No Vesta. But Donghack is nowhere to be seen. Bro is going for a leisurely stroll around the winery. He is not interested in this fight. When he finally does pull up, there is nothing left. The last Truffula tree has fallen. There was also this bizarre our second point push while capping first. Viper really wanted to use this blade because it's his first one in 3.5 minutes. And so Yeti support him on this endeavor and run it down. Unfortunately, this shit does minimal damage. But low key, if this nade didn't hit the nastiest around the back no look swerve of all time, maybe he could have fucked them up. But as it is, bro took a single swing at the Brig and gave up. He did not even try. He turned around for Fielder like a lost kid at Costco, but he couldn't find him. And this whole time, they're actually losing capture percent. It is going down. And while that's crazy and all, it's nothing compared to Donghack and Knife vacating the premises and leaving Irony to die. What do you want him to do here? Like, this play was 100% described in Moon Roots. They could have just waited for Viper's TP to come back up, but nah, they're good. They might actually just hate Irony and want him to die. And I mean, I get it. This guy has had some horrific plays this week. I didn't know it was possible to die to a Bastion ult from the enemy spawn with the speed pocket, but I guess you learn something new every day. Aid did hit the 1-2, 3's tech, but still. And what is this window, bruh? Who is looking through it? Bro had to jump up like he's 5'6" trying to reach the top shelf. This is ass. And this leads us to familiar territory. Lee Jagon may have left us, but his legacy lives on through many vessels. First up, Bliss bashing into enemy territory because he thinks he's built like April Fool's Brig, but he quickly learns he is not that guy. I don't know what he was looking for over here, but he did not find it. However, it doesn't end there for Bliss, and a familiar foe strikes once again. While he's fighting for his life, a tree holds Bliss back and sets Proper up for a nasty alley-oop. Then we have Violet hitting a classic fast beat into int combo. While most Lucios would go on the offensive here, Violet knows to work smarter, not harder, and stays where he's two. But by the end of his beat, the map has been flipped, and now he's just man standing in the enemy backline for no reason. Next up is Chorong turning the corner and hitting a whip shot at 114 HP in front of the whole enemy team. But your honor, he really needed to proc Inspire. And my personal favorite spiritual Lee Jagon feat of the week is Chio fucking up his bash and fighting for his life to make it out of there. But in the end, he got launched out like the next NASA space shuttle. Chio fucking up is always a treat because it does not happen very often. At this point, he plays Overwatch more naturally than he breathes. Normally he's doing shit like this, landing a stun so that Shu can't lamp on the Terra Surge, or he's booping Junbin back so he can't trigger overtime during grand finals at match point. This is the definitive boop of the day, boop of the year even. Other than a clip that is too horrific to even speak about at length, those are my best and worst plays of OWCS Week 6 and the Stage 1 Korea playoffs. Make sure to sub to help me reach 10K and have yourself a good one. Deuces.